Well, I'm going to do a video a little bit off base of what I normally do. Um, because the club, they like to have their occult stuff in your face. This New World Order thing is not something that just came up in even the last 100 or 200 years. Again, it wouldn't be in, religious texts such as the Bible if it was something new. And they're hell-bent on doing it. And I think come hell or high water, it's going to happen to some extent. 1988 Economist magazine cover. Get ready for a new world currency. One world currency, 2018, golden coin around the neck of the phoenix rising from burning dollar ashes. But there's an interesting article at endoftheamericandream.com. It was just made a couple days ago, or produced. And they're actually quoting Michael Snyder from the Economic Collapse blog. But I thought this would be interesting because this World Government Summit that's just happened, interesting connection to the Arch of Baal. I think Baal, Baal, it's a pagan thing from back in the day. I think that's how it's pronounced, Baal. This week, Arch of Baal was displayed for the third time. I tried to look up the pronunciation of that before I start. I'm going to butcher that one. And it looks like I'm saying it right, but if not, feel free to correct me in the comment section. This week, the Arch of Baal was displayed for the third time in honor of the World Government Summit by Michael Snyder. Did you know that 4,000 world leaders from 130 different countries gathered in Dubai this week for the World Government Summit? It was held from February 12th to February 14th, and it featured more than 100 internationally known speakers, including United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres, Mrs. I'm sure you heard this name, Christine Lagarde from the IMF, and even Elon Musk. If you would like to know more about this shadowy group, you can visit the official website right here, which links you to worldgovernmentsummit.org. The first World Government Summit was held back in 2013. Now let's think about that for a second. That was just a few years ago. Where did this site come from? Who decided to put it up? Why is it put up? What are their goals? Why do they just have this huge meeting in Dubai, right? Because there's an agenda, as I've been discussing ad nauseum. One world order, one world currency system backed by precious metals. The first World Government Summit was held back in 2013, and that one was actually attended by Barack Obama. Unfortunately, the mainstream media in the United States was almost entirely silent about this summit. So most of us in the Western world didn't even hear about it. And I've thought about, as soon as I saw this article, I was like, how come I haven't really heard of this? Why am I just now hearing about this from one of these sites that I check? Well, that's why. Alternative news, alternative media keeps you informed. Turn on mainstream media and you get garbage. Speaking of which, this is absolutely epic right here.
Hello, it's our new intern Bart.
It's a little commercial. Let me just skip this because this is nothing short of fantastic. Let me back it up. Let me give you some audio on this one. It's someone videotaping their TV screen. CNN has these 4 guests on. It's Bozo Don Lemon, or Lemon, however you want to pronounce his name. You can see his eyeballs reading the script. And one guy, they're talking about the president, and he's got all these people with him, and it costs the taxpayer a lot of money. Where the hell were you piece of garbages at when Barack Obama was doing it, flying all over the place with his massive entourage? Now you want to come out and question this? So the one guy says, he's not, Mr. President is not, he's not breaking any laws, and he can't get a word out. And the guy has a tagline for CNN that CNN just can't stand anymore. So I gotta play it in this video right now for you. Let me just switch over screens if you don't mind. You gotta see this. Right around here.
Okay, Paris, hold on. Let me ask you this.
No.
Let me ask you. I'm going to let you finish. I'm going to let you finish. Do you actually know what the definition of fake news is?
Oh, back up. Back up a little bit.
This is not a news story. Don,
Tell me what about it is fake, Paris. We're going to go. Are we going down this road again?
Yeah, we are.
Come on, Paris.
I didn't interrupt any of you all. Let me just tell you why. The president is not breaking any laws, and he's not doing anything. It's not his
Okay,
fault.
Paris, hold on. Let me ask you this.
No.
Let me ask you. I'm going to let
It's
you
not-
finish. I'm going to let you finish. Do you actually know what the definition of fake news is?
What we're doing right now?
No, okay. Well,
Because
then,
this is not
then you are part of the fake news because you are on the network and you're part of the...
No.
Fake news
No.
is when
I'm
you...
talking
Hang on,
about
let me
this
explain to
story.
people out there watching and you what fake news is. Fake news is when you put out a story to intentionally deceive someone and you know that it is wrong. I don't know of anyone who has put out a story in the mainstream media that I can think of right now to intentionally deceive anyone.
He can't think of anything right now because there's a lot of stuff that has happened he was a part of too. But he can't right now, just to be clear. I can't think of anything right now. Okay. But the ending's great.
Now, people get things wrong. Sources sometimes come up empty, but no one that I know has put out anything to intentionally deceive someone. This story that we're doing right now is not to intentionally deceive anyone. We are simply talking about the cost to keep a president safe, the Secret Service cost, and what are the pros and the cons, and as Andre said, and if there are ways that we can maybe able to work on that to make it fiscally better for the American people. There's nothing fake about that. Please stop it with that stupid talking point that it is a fake news story. If you don't want to participate in the news stories on this network, then don't come on and participate. But don't call them fake because you don't agree with them. Go on.
Don, this is a fake news story, in my opinion, because the underlying
Paris,
assumption
thank you very much,
is
everyone.
that...
Thanks, everyone. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend. Good night, all.
Thanks, Don.
Watch him get up. He can't even take it. Can't even take it. Reminds me of O'Reilly. I'm Bill O'Reilly, and that's it for today and for tomorrow. Okay, what is that? There's nothing on the screen. There's nothing there. What does that mean? To play me out. To end the show, like to play out to end the show. Oh, all right, go. I'm Bill O'Reilly, and that's it for today and tomorrow. I can't do it. Effing thing. I write it down. Do it. All right. He has a meltdown. Don Lemon couldn't take it. Being called to his face, you are fake news. And he tried to explain at the end. The guy, the reason why I'm saying this story is fake news is can't even talk, gone. That is fantastic, if I don't mind saying so myself. I just had to, that was what I like to call bonus material. And that pleases me when I see the rat CNN getting crushed and can't take it and has to stop it and walk off stage. That's beautiful. So back to the story of Baal or Baal. So again, they have this meeting, and speaking of fake news, CNN, why are you got down there with your reporters outside in front of the building where they're meeting in Dubai? Hey, I'm standing outside. It's Anderson Cooper here. Oh, hold on, I got a microphone. What? I don't have to fake this. Let me just pull up my microphone so you can see it. Jason Four here, and we're standing outside of such and such in Dubai, and currently inside are 130 of the world's most powerful people at the World Government Forum, which is kind of odd. What is the whole world government thing when each and every one of us have our own, I could easily do that. I could be out there right now covering this, but I'm not. I'm in the comfort of my own home where I'd rather be. But is this not newsworthy? Should there not be all the main news networks talking about this? Why are they over there? But see, again, there's little sneaky things, little occult things that are more important to this story. So again, Barack attended back in 2013 to honor the spirit of this summit. A reconstructed version of Palmyra's Arch of Triumph, also known as the Monumental Arch, was erected in Dubai. Previously, it had been put up in London and New York City for brief periods of time, as I'm sure you heard of not that long ago. And so this marked only the third time that it had been displayed. The following comes from Breaking Israel News. A replica of the Roman arch that once stood in front of the pagan temple of Baal, was erected for the World Government Summit in Dubai this week, creating a scene that one rabbi claims symbolizes the dangerous fusion of Ishmael and Edom against Israel. The original Roman victory arch stood for 1,800 years in Palmyra, Syria, until it was destroyed by ISIS, of course, in 2015, October. A full-size 28-meter-tall replica of the arch was created last year by the Institute for Digital Archaeology, a joint project of Oxford and Harvard universities, and has been displayed twice before. The replica was erected for the opening of the World Government Summit that opened on Sunday in Dubai. So why are they bringing this thing around to key places so that bozos can walk through this thing? Top dog bozos, that is. Why are they walking through this? What does it mean? What does it signify? Bill O'Reilly, what does it mean? What does it mean to play us out? What does it mean to walk through the Arch of Baal? It's kind of like a occult satanic thing. Okay, go. And of course, Baal, actually no, let me back up. In ancient Palmyra, the Arch of Triumph connected the main street of the colonnade with the Temple of Baal. If ordinary people of the time wanted to visit the Temple of Baal, they would pass through its arch, this particular arch. And once they were done, they would pass through it back on their way out. Okay? And of course, Baal and Baal are synonymous, and both titles can be traced all the way back to ancient Babylon and a very evil ruler named Nimrod. The following is an extended excerpt from one of my previous articles, he says. In the previous article, he says he includes a quote from Wikipedia that discusses how Bel is an ancient Babylonian term for lord or master, and that Baal or Baal comes from the original root word. The title of Bel or Baal seems to have originally been used primarily for the Babylonian god Marduk. And here's a quote from Wikipedia. Bel became especially used in the Babylonian god Marduk, and when found in Assyrian and Neo-Babylonian personal names or mentioned in inscriptions in the Mesopotamia context, it can be usually taken as referring to Marduk and no other god. Similarly, Belit, without some disambiguation, mostly refers to Bel Marduk's spouse, Sarpenet. However, Marduk's mother, the Sumerian goddess called Nin-Hursag, Demkina, Ninma, and other names in Sumerian, was often known as Belit Ili, Lady of the Gods, in Akkadian. So where did Marduk come from? Well, many scholars have traced the worship of Marduk all the way back to the historical figure of Nimrod. Traditionally, the Tower of Babel event has been associated with Nimrod in Jewish commentaries, as well as the Jewish historian Josephus. Both seem very emphatic on this point regarding the Sumerian name Enmer-Kar. The suffix kar means hunter, and so Enmer-Kar is in fact Enmer the hunter, just as Nimrod is referred to as the mighty hunter in Genesis 10. Furthermore, Enmer-Kar is named on the Sumerian king list as the one who built Uruk, just as Nimrod is described in Genesis 10:10 as having a kingdom that began in Babel or Eridu, and Erech or Uruk in the land of Shinar. After Enmerkar's death, he became honored in Sumerian myth as the semi-divine hero Ninurta, and eventually this cult evolved into the great cult of Marduk, which became the state religion of Babylon after the conquests and religious innovations of Hammurabi. Are you starting to see how everything fits together? And Nimrod was the great king of the very first world government in the post-flood world. The following is what Genesis 10 chapters, 8 through 12, or chapter 10, paragraphs 8 through 12, says in the modern English version. Cush was the father of Nimrod. He became a mighty one on the earth. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord. Therefore it is said, even like Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Lord. The beginning of his kingdom was Babel, Uruk, Akkad, and Kelneh in the land of Shinar. From that land he went to Assyria and built Nineveh, the city of Rehoboth, and Calah, and Resen between Nineveh and Calah. That is the principal city. Boy, am I struggling with some of these words. So it seems more than a little bit strange that an arch with links to Nimrod, the first one world order guy, has been erected to honor a summit devoted to the promotion of, world government in our day. It has been said that if we do not understand history, we are doomed to repeat it. Nimrod's world government in ancient times attempted to push God out of the picture, and the same thing is true with the globalists of today, which is true. Definitely true. It's happening now. They're taking it out of school. They're trying to take it out of everywhere they can get it. God, religion. No. I can't wear that shirt. Can't do that. No. The globalists dream of a utopia where humanity has been united under a one-world government, a one-world economy, and a one-world religion. Donald Trump stands opposed to this twisted dream, and this is what the globalists, why they hate him so much. So the globalists, it says, and the globalists understand the power of symbols very well. The erecting of this arch in Dubai at the very same time the World Government Summit was being held sends a very powerful message. And isn't it interesting that Donald Trump did not attend this One World meeting in Dubai, but the likes of the club, Christine Lagarde, IMF, etc., are there first and foremost. I'm telling you, that is the name of the game, and they're going to make us suffer so bad in this country that Donald Trump himself is not going to have a choice but to get on board with that plan. He may already think he's doing it now, and yet it's already been planned before him. Maybe remember that speech he had with the president of China and Japan? We understand the currency war thing and the devaluation. We all agreed we got to have a level playing field. We're going to have a plan together. It's going to be rolled out faster than anyone actually thinks it's going to happen. But he wouldn't elaborate on what the plan was and what they're going to do, what it entailed. So, is that what this is going to be? Again, we got to wait and find out. But, again, symbolism in your face. One world government prior. Now in your face again with the new arch. We're just kind of bringing it around with us. It's like a little display model of the arch to the New World Order. We're going to bring it in front of the New World Meeting Summit. You guys, everyone coming in, Ms. Lagarde, come right through this arch. And on your way out, please come back out the way too. Again, history, it repeats. Everything is cyclical. This cannot end well. There is no data, even kind of, that I can find that says, because Trump's winning now, he won and he's winning as far in our eyes, the things he's doing. He definitely can turn this around. You can't turn around an airplane that has exploded in midair and people are attached to their seats, falling to their deaths. You can't reverse that. But you can talk good on the way down, and everybody can scream and yell at each other on the way down until you hit. And even charts and new government numbers will fly and hit you in the face as you're falling to your death. Oh, unemployment today looks fantastic. It's better than we thought. Oh, that's funny. Still 46 million people on food stamps. Jobless numbers look great again. Oh, well, wait a minute. 90 million plus people out of the workforce. Well, and the economies are starting to look stronger. Looks like there's a recovery. Oh, wait a minute. 3 times world GDP, debt to GDP ratio. See you feel what I'm saying here? This can't and won't end well. And again, if we're to look at the Economist magazine stuff, it looks like, as I said 30 years ago, 1988, get ready for a new world currency in 30 years from now, essentially, which is just so happens to be 2018. And we're having all these economic problems right here in 2017. Massive debt. Countries bail out Greece, bail out another Greece, bail out Greece again, bail out Greece a third time. Steal the people's money in Cyprus, bail in. I mean, come on. Coincidence? I think not. Take care.